Okay, so this is a test of a new car DVR I picked up. It's so-called does full 1080. So it's only a $30 cost, or $35. So go mount it on my truck and see what happens. And I'm going to mount it on the back window instead of the front window. Hopefully it'll catch a little bit of a wider view. And of course we're getting rid of the old Chevy truck. One more load to the dump, and it's gone. So one final load to the dump. So that's if it makes it there. Don't even know if I'm getting both mirrors in there, but kind of neat. Other option is right at the dash behind the mirror here. Kind of see how ugly this camera looks. So just mount it right on top of the mirror, so literally fits in between here. Right up there. It actually wedges itself in pretty tight. Of course I wouldn't want those dots in the screen, so I have to actually probably go down like this. So, but for my case, I still think way back here on the back window might be my best bet. So, okay, so somewhat of a cold start. I guess I should shut off the radio. I don't know if you guys can see my oh my god, look at that dust on there. Don't know how good the speedometer. That's kind of why I'm putting it on the back window here, because I'd like to actually catch my gauges, you know, speed, whatever else. So I'm guessing right here is probably being blocked by the steering wheel on this side as I move it. I'm not sure if it'll show up or not. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. So tack will probably show up better. And of course, I'm driving my 2011 Ford Ranger. It's a 2.3 liter engine, standard, of course, as you can tell here. And I'm wearing my Crocs, which, believe it or not, I haven't driven in my Crocs in over a month, so it kind of feels funny. Normally, I use my big steel-toe work boots. And of course, they're doing construction there. So the speed limit's only freaking 50 here, which is not bad. So and as you can see, they're doing a lot of construction. You can see there they're knocking out the sidewalk. So and up on the left here, which I'm not going to change the camera, is the school that I used to go to. That's I guess 7-8 years ago since I've been in school. Oh no, that school almost 10 years since I've been in that school. So so yeah, I'm hoping never to go back to school. So I'm not sure if this video is going to turn out again. Basically, we're doing an order from China because we do a lot of importing and a lot of orders from China. So we got this DVR in. It has all its compliances blah, 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 to make it legal here in Canada. So it has the file locking, and it has the G sensor. So if you're, I guess, in an accident and it senses too high a G's, it automatically saves the file. And it does 1080, 720. You can take it right down to VGA resolution, 240. Motion detect it has, so I'm just leaving it on motion detect, so which if you're driving it doesn't matter, motion detect's always going to be enabled. If you're sitting idling somewhere, you don't really need, I guess, the camera going, but I guess it would be nice if you're idling in a parking lot or something like that. So what else to really say? I'm just going to go down one of these random lanes here, take a river road back. So my truck now has 21,814 kilometers on it. It's still pretty much brand new, so yeah. So far it's been great. What else can I say? I might be going quadding tomorrow morning, or not tomorrow, Sunday morning. So if I do, I'm actually thinking I might strap this onto my quad and kind of somehow find a way to cover the microphone, because I'm sure the wind would just kill the microphone. and just see what I can do for video on the quad. I wish I had a light on the front of it so I could look back in the mirror and make sure it's recording, because I have no idea if it's recording right now. Don't even know if the sounds of the truck's going to show up on the microphone or not. It's stock exhaust. The actual entire truck's bone stock. Nothing has been done to it. It's one hell of a bump there. Now I'm following the river. Coming up here is the river, and that explains why there's so much wildlife by my house. There's deers all the time, pretty much in my backyard, the front yard, pretty much everywhere. So I'm not sure if that's showing up, but the river is about 100 yards down here. So I used to go sledding. I used to actually drive dirt bikes down by the river and get chased by the cops and pulled over by the cops and bikes confiscated. And during the winter, I used to drive my old Honda trike down the river. So until it almost fell through one day, and then that kind of made me stop. And the fact that the cops got pretty pissed off about that. So there's a park on my left. The park on my left is where I released that chipmunk in a couple of my videos back. So speed limit is 50 here, but of course I'm going to go a little bit slower. I normally go 40. You never know when somebody is going to jump out on a bike or something. It is a river front street, so it'd be kind of nice to have a camera that up front, I guess, over here, because then I can kind of turn it as I'm speaking. I don't think I'm going to do any video blogs or anything like this. I'm just doing this just to see how my voice turns up, and if I was having a conversation with someone, just how it would be recording. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, it would be kind of nice maybe during quadding and stuff to have a camera like this. The reason why I would like this camera better than a GoPro or anything, because it has a 32 gigabyte stick. So if I crank the resolution right up to the max, which is like 1800 by 1844 by 1080 or something along that lines, major potholes here. So if I crank the resolution, it would give me like 4 or 5 hours of recording time, and it's on a loop. So you know, that's kind of better than the GoPros and stuff that only give you like 20 minutes. Wait for this guy to pass. And again, that's the river in front of me at the end. Awesome bike trails. So when I wasn't so fat, I used to take my bike down there. Pretty nice area to live. And of course, as you can tell, it just rained. That's pretty much why I'm testing out this camera here. I played with it a bit at work, but you can't really tell how good a camera is by the light inside of a building. I'm sure all the dirt like up here is probably looking horrible on the camera right now. With my eyes, it doesn't look that bad, but you know, I'm sure it's pretty bad. Anyway, next street is mine. I'm actually pretty, you know, looking kind of forward to see how this video is going to turn out. So, and if it turns out half decent, I might keep this DVR. Again, this DVR, we only pay $35 landed. That's our cost. Retail is going to be $44.95, so it's not, you know, much markup. And of course, that's without the memory stick. So the memory stick alone, I think, is like $25-30 bucks. So, and there we go. Went to the big circle and I'm back home. Anyway, that is the end of this. Now, there's no quick release on here, so unplug the power cable. This power cable I just unplugged. Now, this stays on all the time, so I could just unplug it halfway like that, or just let it fall into the pile of garbage. And as you can see here, kind of playing around with the chainsaw a little bit. So, took down a couple brushes. Now here, you can see the stumps. I'm not sure if you can see them here, but right down there, there is no doubt twice as many trees as that. So we're kind of moving everything so we can paint the front of the house, and that rock that's against the house there. So I kind of hit that with the saw, so I need to file the blade again. As you can see, the final cut right there, I stopped. So, okay, just kind of thought I'd give this a walk around kind of try. So, hell, I should mount it up beside those cameras up there, hey? So, got the dual cameras up there. Anyway, here's the old Chevy truck. Sweet. Stand to this.